Welcome. So I want to share with you today I want to share with you 7 ways to become a better listener. Now, I believe that with what 2020 has brought our way and with what we have experienced this year, it's very important that each and every one of us learn how to listen. People have experienced so many things this year, and you realize that it's not every time that you have enough professionals to actually attend to people. And so because of that, it becomes very important and very ideal that people are available to listen to others. It doesn't necessarily make you a professional. Nobody's asking that you become a counselor or something, but it means that people know that they have somebody that they can talk to. People know that they have somebody that all they just need to do. Some people just want to rant. Some people just want to tell what is happening with them. They're not even asking you to be a savior. They're not asking you to give any professional advice. They just want you to listen, right, while they rant. They just want you to listen and hear them, right? They're not even asking you to refer them anywhere. They just want to be sure that you can hear them and you're with them, all right? And that's because there's pandemic here and there, unemployment rate so high, and everyone knows someone who is going to one tough patch, one rough patch or the other. So think of someone who makes you feel comfortable and relaxed, no matter how chaotic your life may be. Someone that each time you call on the person is available to listen to you. Not that the person is eager to talk. No, it's not about being eager to talk. Excuse me. It's about being willing, right, to listen to the other person. It's about being available to listen to the other person. And that's the moment you position yourself that you're available to listen to others, you are invariably telling them that people being judged already. We've had enough people being judged already. So people really want someone who would listen to them and not just talk on and on and on and on. All right. So how do you achieve this? How do you get to that point where a person can clearly say, yes, I know that this person is listening to me? How do you get to that point? How do you find yourself at that level? So what do you do? How do you become a better person? Perhaps you have tried as much as possible to make yourself available to hear other people, but you want to be better, or you just want to begin to practice that. So I'm going to share 7 tips with you, and I hope that you carry these along with you. For those who are watching and those who will watch later, do not forget to share this video, and do not forget to subscribe as if this is your first step. Let me even share now. Let me help myself to share. Let me share. To share so that people can get it. Okay, here I am. Just a minute. Let's bring it up. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Okay. What else again? Okay. We need to share. Okay, so I just wait to share that I am back. So let's begin. First point is eye contact. Growing up as a child, or even now as an adult, there's an adage in my local dialect that says that it's through the eyes that you grab the words of the person talking. And what that literally means or practically means is that when you're having a conversation with someone and you're able to look, you're able to look eyeball to that person, because people talk with their eyes, right? But then your ability to look into the eyes of the person or look at the person face to face makes the person feel that you are actually paying attention to what he or she is saying. and that way the person is encouraged to go on. The person is encouraged to keep talking rather than feel as though he or she is disturbing you. And that is where everyone wants to get to. Everybody wants to know that you're actually giving them that attention. Everybody wants to know that you're actually listening to them and not just whiling away time. Nobody wants to come to you and all they get is okay. No, they really want to talk, and that idea. And the truth of the matter is, you don't need to be in any special profession for you to be an active listener. No, you don't have to. We all need it in our lives. Our relationships will be better off if we all practice this particular skill. If we all put it to use, our relationships with people, our relationships in the workplace would be better off. Even on the street, on social apps, right, we would be better off. So let me read what I have here. By looking the person in the eye, you impart to them that you're paying attention. You care that they are listening. You care and that you're listening. You're telling them that you care and that you're listening, all right? Now, don't stare at the person dead in the eyes, as this can seem overly intimidating and intense. So look, take away your eyes. Look, take away your eyes. But let the person know that you are with him or her. Don't keep yourself, it's not when someone comes to talk that you now pick up a book that you want to read. No, that's not the time to do that. Give the person the attention at that particular point in time, all right? If this is your first time on this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and please share this video. I believe this is a tip, or this is something that we need as we close 2020 and approach 2021. 2020 has been a tough year, and if we all had that gift, or had that skill rather, of listening to people, perhaps a whole lot more people would have had someone to talk to. But what you see these days is everybody wants to talk and very few people want to listen. So you can as well decide, as you go into the new year, into 2021, you're going to pick this skill and maximize it to your very best self, and be your very best, the best version of yourself. So like I said, the first tip is, and how you can perfect it, is eye contact, maintain eye contact. Now the second tip is ask open-ended questions. Now, open-ended questions encourage people to talk. Open-ended questions encourage people to keep going. So when you ask questions like, oh really, tell me more, are you for real, is that true, it encourages people to talk more, because what you're trying to tell them is you're interested in the story that they want to share with you. You're not just interested in just having them by your side or in front of you, but you're interested in getting the gist, the full details, or whatever it is that they are telling you. And the moment you ask those open-ended questions, it encourages them to move further. Don't ask yes or no questions, because you're not interrogating. Remember that this is about talking. So your job is to listen. The job of the person who has come to you is to talk. So don't interrogate. Don't ask yes or no questions. No, ask open-ended questions. So let me show what I have here with you. Asking open-ended questions will show that you're interested in what the person is saying and could possibly help the speaker to open up and share more information. That said, avoid questions that have a yes or no response, as that would dead end the conversation. So someone comes to tell you that, you know what, I had a very bad day today. I mean, this is the worst day of my life. I've never had this kind of experience before. Don't ask the person, so did you have this kind of experience yesterday? That was the last time. No, ask questions like, really, tell me about it. Oh, so sorry, what really happened? That way you are encouraging the person to talk more and the conversation goes on. Secret tip: this is how to also have conversations with someone that you want to date, because as you ask those open-ended questions, you encourage them to keep talking. So don't ask yes or no questions when someone is sharing something with you. All right. And for example, you can say things like, if someone is telling you about an event they went, or instead of you asking did you like it, that's a yes or no question, you can say something like, so tell me about it, how did the event go? That way the person is not going to tell you a yes or no question, give a yes or no answer rather, but the person is going to give you gist of what happened. The person may even start from how he or she got to the venue, how they were welcomed, and so on and so forth, and so it encourages the person to talk. When people walk up to you to share things with you, your eye look, the way you look at them, and the kind of questions you ask will determine they will continue the conversation or they will just dead it, right? So encourage people with your eye contact, encourage people by asking open-ended questions. Number 3, be empathetic. Empathy is not the same as sympathy. Empathy means that you're putting yourself in the person's shoes and you're imagining how this person would feel, how you would feel if you're in this person's shoes, right? That's empathy. And this is accomplished through many things that you do. Sometimes you show empathy by being verbal, sometimes it will be non-verbal, right? Identify what the other person's emotions are and connect with them. So for instance, if a friend is telling you about a recent health issue and that they are anxious about it, so you might say things like, I understand how difficult it might make you feel. Not I understand how difficult you feel, right? Might make you feel, because you're not the one going through it. So you can only understand how difficult it might make the person feel, or imagine how difficult it might make the person feel, right? To not know exactly what is going on yet. And also you can use words such as yes, I understand, I am with you, to help them feel that you are listening to them. Now, for non-verbal ways of doing this is by looking at them and letting them know, like we said earlier, eye contact, that you are with them. All right, build a rapport, sit with them in an open stance, folded arms, and nod reassuring. So they're saying something like, all right. So you don't necessarily have to talk sometimes, right? But other times you might have to. But the most important thing is let them see the empathy come through you. Let them feel the empathy come through you. Don't just sit down there at some spot, saying nothing, doing nothing, not gesturizing. There's like that, not gesturing. I don't know, but you get what I mean. Non-verbal. All right. Don't jump to a solution. That's number 4. This is getting too long already. I didn't plan to make it this long. Don't jump to a solution. A lot of times you want to be the helper. Your job will not be to help that person. This person just wants someone to listen. This person just wants someone that he or she can rant to. So your job is to listen. Don't jump to a solution. Let this person express himself or herself the way they want to. And with all the previous tips that I shared with you. So your job is to listen to that person. Don't jump to a solution. If you do, you might not fully listen because you're strategizing while they're talking. And if you're strategizing while they're talking, it means that you're not listening, right? And sometimes what people want and need is just someone to listen and not necessarily a solution. I read recently that the reasons why even some relationships or marriages have issues because the man always wants to serve like the solution provider, whereas all that the woman just wants is her husband to just listen to her, right? So no matter where you are, no matter what you do, realize that sometimes that person just wants you to listen and not necessarily provide a solution. All right. Number 5, don't bring yourself into the conversation. That's exactly what I went through. Once you begin to have that kind of conversation, you are gradually bringing yourself to the conversation and removing the other person from the conversation. And don't forget that this conversation belongs to the person that has come to you, not to you. The conversation is not for you. It's for the person who has come to you, who wants you to listen. And so do not bring yourself to that point where you are now the focus. You are now talking about yourself. Now, and usually people on an emotional level don't have the same experiences. You can't have the same experience, right? You might have the same event or similar event, but the experiences are different because you are at different emotional levels. So don't come in to say, I get you. When this happened to me, I went through this, exactly what happened to me. No, you're going to be sounding insensitive, all right? And you're going to minimize that person's experience, and you need to maximize the person's experience. So don't bring yourself into a conversation. When someone comes to have a conversation with you and all that they want you to do is listen to them, don't change the conversation to yours. Let the person share with you what they want to share, excuse me, and then listen. So let me just recap again from point number 1. I said for you to actually be a good listener, certain skills that you need to develop are 1, eye contact. When someone is talking to you, try as much as possible to maintain eye contact. Number 2, I said ask open-ended questions. Open-ended questions encourages the person to keep talking. Don't ask a yes or no question. Don't ask that require a yes or no answer. Ask open-ended questions. Really, tell me more about it. Are you for real? What then happened? That way, encourages the person to talk If you make it a yes or no question, the conversation would end. Once person say yes or no, how do you continue from there? All right. And then number 3, I said be empathetic, and I said you can show empathy either verbally or non-verbally. All right. If you nod your head, and you sit opposite the person, and you change direction, and you're letting the person know that you're in agreement with what he or she is saying, or you understand, the person knows that you're still with him or her. Or sometimes you can give reassuring words, say, I can only imagine how you feel right now. All right. So keep talking, or rather, I'm with you. Go on. Okay, I get that, I understand, and all that. Number 4, don't jump to a solution. Don't be quick to provide solution. What this person probably just wants is for you to just listen. All right. So don't be quick to provide solution. And number 5, I said avoid bringing yourself into the conversation. Avoid bringing yourself into the conversation. All right. Let the person talk. Don't start saying, well, I went through something like that, so that is exactly what happened to me. No. Even if you're going to say that at all, let it be when the conversation has ended. The person knows that you're fully listening to him or her. Okay. And then number 6, make it all about them and put yourself in their shoes. Make it all about them and put yourself in their shoes. So rather than thinking about a response, right, try to understand what they are going through at an emotional level. I'll repeat that. Rather than thinking about a response, try to think or understand what they are going through emotionally. So for example, if a friend tells you about losing their job, think about the situation that they may be in, because there is no job, which means there is no money, which you probably cannot feed or clothe well. So those are the scenarios that you'll be thinking about, and put yourself in their shoes. How would you feel if you cannot feed properly? How would you feel if you're able to eat what you want to eat because you don't have a job? So that is what you try to do. You don't try to think of a response to them. Rather, you put yourself in their shoes, right? And then you begin to empathize with them, okay, and let them know that you are with them, okay. Final point, don't interrogate or interrupt. I mean, I said that when I was talking about asking open-ended questions. Don't interrogate. Just listen, right? Don't interrogate. Like, I mean, it might be something that you feel it's easy for you to do, but trust me, sometimes it's not easy for you not to interrogate someone who is talking to you. Sometimes not easy, but it's something that you can do. So let me read what I have here. Although these might seem like obvious things to avoid, people need to be reminded. So many times when people are talking about other things or things happening to them, you are tempted to cross-examine. What's cross-examine? Someone comes to tell you about his boyfriend or spouse, and his girlfriend rather, or spouse and all that. There is a temptation for you to cross-examine the person. All right, so you can start saying that, okay, so what did the person and what was the look the person gave you? Be careful to stay away from this. Otherwise, what would end up happening is that you'd have asked so much questions that you wouldn't have gotten the real deal, the real reason why this person came to you. All right, so I've shared 7 tips with you. Go on, practice these, and I bet you that you're going to be a better listener, a good listener, and even your relationship with people will grow and will mature. All right, so thank you very much for joining me. My name is Toluse Francis. This is my channel, aka The Mentalist. If this is your first time, please do not forget to subscribe, share this video with your loved ones, and if you have any question you want to ask, please drop them in the comment section below. I'll definitely get back to them. It's like come your way again. It's compliments of this season from me here. Have a wonderful week, and as we move towards the end of the year, take it easy. COVID-19 is still real. Please take good care of yourself, mask up, and practice social distancing. See ya.